Hey everyone, welcome back to the skykid.com YouTube channel. It's Georgi here, and today I'm talking about Fatih Akin's new film, Amrum. This is one of those quiet, deeply felt coming-of-age stories that stays with you long after it ends. From its opening moments, Amrum pulls us into a stark, isolated world of vast landscapes and heavy skies. For non-German audiences, the remote Frisian island setting and local dialect may feel slightly disorienting at first, but that sense of confusion becomes part of the film's power, mirroring the isolation at its core. Set just before the fall of the Third Reich, the film follows 12-year-old Nanning, Jasper Billerbeck. The island serves as a geographical refuge for Nanning, his mother, and his younger siblings, while his father, a famous Nazi author, remains away at war. Yet it quickly becomes a psychological battleground. Nanning must navigate the conflicting signals of the collapsing regime while confronting the quiet, indifferent reality of the natural world around him. The emotional weight of the film rests squarely on the boy's small frame. He is constantly juxtaposed against open, isolated landscapes. Akin's camera refuses to flatter or sentimentalize. Instead, it stays low, locked at Nanning's eye level, and pushes the horizon line oppressively high. The sea and sky do not liberate the boy, they press down on him. Nature itself becomes a beautiful cage that mirrors the crushing collapse of an entire generation's reality. Nanning carries not just his own isolation. He is the avatar for every boy raised in the Hitler Youth whose worldview is quietly shattering. Visually, the film is defined by a muted, desaturated palette that anchors the story firmly in the past. It feels like a lived-in, worn memory. The atmosphere echoes that of other German coming-of-age films, such as The German Lesson from 2019. Amrum is also brilliantly stripped of a heavy musical score. Instead, I hear the silence, the crunch of footsteps, the hum of crickets. The story is deeply interested in the small, unremarkable rhythms that quietly shape a child's day. The performance by young Jasper Billerbeck is almost entirely physical and inward. The camera does not perform for him. Instead, it lingers on small adjustments in his posture and the stillness of his gaze. I see his childish hands engaged in the unremarkable rhythms of island life, but they now carry new, adult weight. In a time defined by scarcity, he trades the carefree innocence of childhood for the quiet, exhausting responsibilities of providing. He takes on chores not out of desperate survival, but because he is willing to do whatever it takes to secure a bit of milk, butter, or white bread for his mother. When I watch him endure these trials, the experience is raw. I found myself physically flinching at the screen. Not because of explosive violence, but because of the sheer physical toll this premature growing up etches into his small frame. Rather than manipulating us with constant, tear-jerking melodrama, the camera adopts a disciplined, observational distance. Watching Amrum feels like reading a profound book. I felt like an observer of a rite of passage, not a participant drowning in emotion. Billerbeck is allowed to be quietly competent and visibly a child. No forced wonder, no manufactured innocence. Director Fatih Akin is clearly aware of the power in Billerbeck's specific look. The direction is so restrained that, when Akin finally cuts to rare, striking close-ups of Nanning's blue-eyed, blonde face, the impact is jarring. I am not just looking at a boy, I am looking squarely at the shattered ideal of a toxic regime. Amrum stands as a poignant triumph not through explosive drama, but through what is simply, quietly watched. It is a masterclass in cinematic restraint that exposes the sacrifices and tragedy of a lost generation. If you love subtle, beautifully shot coming-of-age stories that don't rely on cheap emotion, if films like The German Lesson or other quiet European historical dramas speak to you, then Amrum is absolutely worth your time. It's slow, it's restrained, and it hits you right in the chest in the best possible way. Let me know in the comments, have you seen Amrum yet? What did you think of Jasper Billerbeck's performance? If you enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.